Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 1, part 2. And this is to the alternatives for fibroid solutions or treatments, whatever you want to call it. And if you have not watched the first clip that I created for about this, it was about the fibroids. I have to kind of give a quick little recap of what I'm speaking of in this clip. If you haven't listened to the first one first, I have fibroid tumors on my uterus. I have several of them. I actually do not know the exact number, but I know they are above 6 to 7. I just don't know how many more because I guess when you go to the appointments, they stop counting at 6 or 7. So God knows how many more little ones are in there. These little vampires are trying to suck my blood supply. So I was deciding on treatment, and I was deciding on whether to go the hysterectomy, between that and the fibroid procedure. And if you want to know why I was trying other alternative routes, listen to the part 1 of this and you'll understand a little bit more. But as you see, I'm in the car and I'm heading on my way to my appointment after sitting and making some decisions. And what prompted me to make this decision to go to this appointment that I'm going to right now is, in the clip that I'm going to on right now, is because for some reason, oddly, and I do not know if it has to do with the fibroids, which I'm pretty sure it might, but I don't want to always just assume I know what's going on. I've had my cycle for the 3rd time, and that's been in less than 2 months. And my periods usually do not come that frequently. So it was pretty scary. And I was just like, okay, I've got to do something, and I did not, if I'm trying to avoid procedures, and yes, I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to going into surgery, because you get scared of the complications and things that can happen. And right now I'm kind of in a troublesome situation where I need to try to take safer routes first and then only go the last alternative, which is the hysterectomy, if I absolutely have to. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I made the decision after I came on that last period, and it was within less than a month. I was like, okay, this is getting worse. I'm going to go ahead and try the Lupron shot first. So that's where I'm heading now, is to get my first Lupron shot. I read up on it, asked questions, etc., etc. And it's kind of like, I know there's a risk to everything that my options are, but the shot is the least one. So like I said, if I start having any complications, then I'll just have to, bite the bullet and try to, go along with whatever is good for me. And from my understanding, because I was speaking in the last clip about the fibroids, not fibroids, the fibroid procedure and the fibroids, and there are things that you have to go through in order to even qualify for that procedure. And at the time I was speaking last time in the clip, I did not have the brochure in front of me in order to let you guys know, like, they put you through there was some things in the brochure that I didn't have in front of me that I couldn't remember to tell you about. But as far as what I remember from what I've been through so far, you have to have blood work done. You have to have a pap smear done. You have to have a biopsy done to make sure that you don't have cancer in your cervix, uterus area, whatnot. And then they do the MRI with contrast of your uterus to see where the fibroids are, because if they're in a specific location, you do not qualify for the procedure. I believe if they're on the inside, you don't qualify. They only qualify if they're on the outside. And then, so you have to have all of those things in order, and them to read over everything together to see if you are even eligible for the procedure. So that, I may not even be eligible, because from what I read, in my paperwork from the last appointment, and it was like, I was looking up the definition of some of the things that I didn't understand what it meant. And I think it said the fibroids were on the inside of my uterus. So I may not even qualify for that. I may have to have a hysterectomy if this Lupron doesn't work out. And the Lupron is supposed to shrink the fibroids. So hopefully, I hope and pray that this helps me, and I'll get a shot every month once a month for 3 months straight. They'll come in and have me come in, check me, do the ultrasound, see if the fibroids have shrunk any. And if it's not helping, if it seems like it's not doing anything, we have to decide on some different course of action, decide what I need to do from there. And I am currently, not to be graphic, I'm currently on my cycle still now for the third time in less than 2 months. And I got the shot right the evening before I was supposed to go in for the shot. It decided it wanted to magically start, and I'm like, "Are you serious?" But evidently it lightened it up. I know I would have been bleeding a lot heavier, so I pray to God that that's helping. So I guess we'll just have to play it by ear, and we'll see. I was so hoping it was going to be a buttery hit.
No, I'm sorry. I wish I could, but we're not allowed. The Premier changed the policy. They don't no longer want them to go there. They want them to go in the arms.
I wonder why.
They don't tell us anything. We just work here. We just do what we're told.
We want to give more torture, that's all.
Something.
No reason for it, just torture.
I'm just going to clean first, okay?
Oh, sweet mother God. Do you get to pinch the skin when you stick it, or do you have to go right in without pinching it?
We have to go in without pinching it.
Oh,
this is supposed to go to. This is supposed to go to the muscle. You only pinch a skin when they're supposed to go in the fat layer.
Oh my God! Please excuse any cuss words or anything else that rolls out of my mouth, because I know it's going to hurt. I am not a fan.
Just don't jerk from me, okay?
Oh, sweet mother God.
Alright, do you want me to count? Or you just want me to do it?
Just please excuse my language, that's all I'm asking.
Honey, I'll excuse you. You tell me if you want me to count or go. Do you want me to count? 1, 2, 3, go on 3, or you just want me to do it?
Just go for it.
Okay, give me a second here. Alright.
Mother effer. Son of a... So, with that in mind, if you have any questions about, the fibroid procedure, of things I was told, what I've gone through so far, and I've already had a biopsy done twice. I had it done by my old gynecologist or OBGYN, and I had one done currently with the newer one, but I guess the wording wasn't done correctly, or they thought something was not done properly, and they wanted me to have another biopsy, and I was just looking like, no, HELL, no, I'm not doing another biopsy, because they do not numb you up for it. They have to go in and take a little piece of, the samples of meat out of your, cervix, uterus, whatever, and that, I can't go through it again. The last time I had it done was like earlier this year, and I think it was July. And when she did it, the whole time I was just screaming and crying and crunching up. Like, it wasn't me being like a little crybaby. Like, it is some painful mess. And all they do is tell you, oh, you'll feel a little cramping, and, just take a little ibuprofen, whatever, and you'll be just fine. Okay. Yeah, it didn't help me. It didn't help me at all. So, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on that. I have already, at this moment, this is after the fact. Today is the 6th. Yeah, well, no, today's Monday the 5th. Sorry, I'm a day ahead. I'm recording this, so just kind of giving you so far so good. I haven't had any bad reactions to it. I've had a little bit of pain in my body, and it could be from the bleeding. My body's hurting a little bit from being on the cycle. I don't know if it's from effects of the shot, but it hasn't been severe. It's just some muscle pain in my shoulders and then my legs, and nothing else that I can really think of at the moment. So hopefully this shot is going to be a miracle worker, but then once I stop taking it, I have to worry about the fibroids coming back. So there's that. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now with this whole fibroid thing, and hopefully I will come to some type of conclusion to get this taken care of. And if not, I guess hysterectomy will be on my agenda if there's no other alternative for me to use. I was trying to avoid it like the plague, and it's like just creeping around the corner. If, that's like I said, if I pray this makes these fibroids disappear and become invisible, but I guess we'll be playing it by ear. And thanks again for everybody that's paying attention and listening. And if you have any information you can share with me, anything you have questions about, that you want to ask me, then please do, because us being able to share information back and forth and talk to each other and help each other through these things, because it's appreciated to have a support system and to know people out there that have gone through it or are going through it, and we can all be there for each other. And I share this information so that we can, I can help somebody else paying it forward, basically. And, it's kind of putting my personal business out there to a degree, but hey, if it helps me and it helps somebody else, and somebody can say, well, hey, I got some advice for you. I tried this and this, instead of you having surgery or whatever may have worked for them, hey, please let me know. So, again, on that note, thanks again for listening, and I will see you next time on Gaylene's World. And I will be doing some video clips where I'm actually showing myself in the video. It's hard sometimes when I don't think about it. I'm just recording what's around me, and I don't think sometimes about putting the camera on me. So, but I will start doing that a whole lot more. Thanks again. Have a good day.